Hello everybody, I am Edward Kosatka. In this screencast I will show you some more additional basic features of the Hot Accounts program, especially of the transaction screen, where I will do some add, update, deletes and also multi-row deletes, the same as insert. We will use for the first time also the paste buttons, which are available in all the screens, so it's a general behavior, and this screen will use the default order of the paste buttons. And finally we will clean up a number of transactions. As we will do a lot of deletes in this screencast, we will first create a backup copy of a Hot Accounts database, and at the end we will restore a backup copy. So let's start with creating a backup copy. I will use the same Hot Accounts database as in the previous screencast. How can we make a backup copy? Well, this is very easy. Hot Accounts database behaves just like any Windows file. So we can just click here to the right to copy. And then I have created here a folder backups, and I will do here right mouse click paste, and that's it. So we will start now the Hot Accounts program, and I will work with the original and activate it. So the first step we will do here in the transaction screen is just to add some records. As we have seen in previous screencast, selections are default shown from today up to 1 month in the future. Nothing is shown as there are no records in that time area. We will create first some transaction for this account, my A cash account, on the date of today, for instance, minus 65 euro for some expense, a meal. I will also indicate some remark and press insert. So now we see a record shown in this time area. The add is very simple. We think about that the program will check the limits as set here at a bank account level. For instance, the A, or I will take the B cash account. The under limit is 0. B cash account has now a balance of 11.58. So if I would create something like minus 2000 on this account, some expense, and insert, and we get an error. The transaction is not allowed. The balance would become less than the minimum specified of at bank accounts level. And the same applies. We'll do something less. If we go to a date, all the dates here are set at the 1st of January. So if I would enter a transaction at, for instance, the 31st of December of last year, then we would also get an error, because the value date must be not less than the start date and not larger than the end date specified on the my account So this would normally be no problem. So okay, these are basic adds or inserts. Now if I click a row here, the information of that row is copied back to the input fields, and the update and the delete buttons are becoming available. The insert button is grayed out, is not available. So we could change the information here in these fields. The only information we cannot change is the account itself here. But I might change it in -15. So that's not a problem. And also just delete it is also no problem. I will show you some records from the 1st of May. So I will have, you've seen there are 72 records shown, and I'm going to delete a number of records. For instance, here I've selected 5 records now, and you see the 5 rows is indicated there, and we can press delete. It gives a warning, and then if we press OK, these 5 records will be deleted. Pay attention, if you do a delete, you cannot undo this. Therefore it's good to have some backup copy of your backup. You can also do multi-deletes for non-continuous lines. So now we have selected 5 rows, but they are not continuous. Again, after confirmation, they are deleted. Another operation I'm going to show is the select for add. Normally, if you click a row here, as I said, update and delete are becoming available, but the insert is not available. If you first select this select for add and then press that, click that row, you see the opposite. The insert is becoming available and update and delete are grayed out. The information of this row is now placed herein. The only exception is that the date is not the date of the original, but the date of today. So I can just press the insert and I have made then a copy of the original only now on date of today. So I will do. You see that the select for add checkbox is unchecked again after the operation. So I have to select it, press the record. For instance, I could also change the date here to the 12th and do insert. So I have now two records here. So that is the select for add. We have a still more powerful way to copy records, and that is using the paste next and paste previous buttons. How do they work? Well, first of all, we click a number of rows. Here, I've selected 5 rows. And then I do on my keyboard, I press Ctrl C, and by pressing it Ctrl C, the information of these rows is stored in the clipboard. And now, okay, the paste buttons are not available. I do first reset input, and then paste, and then you see the information of the first row is now placed in the input zone. Nothing is happening, and then I do next, so you can see this each next until the last of the 5 rows. The input is copied, and I can go back if I want up to the. I can do it more than once. Paste, So if I press now insert, I make a copy of the original, press next, can do again and again and again. This is a way to easily copy information. And now we have seen first the multi-row delete. I will show here a cleanup, the cleanup function. The cleanup is actually a sort of delete, but it compresses information of several rows. You have to, for instance, you cannot do a cleanup for only one record. You have to select at least 2 records. So you see I have selected 2 records, twice of €19. If I press cleanup, I give a warning, and it says that the information of these 2 records will be, those records will be deleted and then replaced by, in this case, 1 record with the total of the balances. And so we will see, okay, here is he has deleted 2 records and generated 1 resulting record, and he has done it with a budget item initialization account and with reference cleanup summary record. So this is, can do this. For instance, if I click here, then I will select 68 records. If I do cleanup and I push OK, these 68 records, for each, these 68 records are compressed, and for each account a summary record is being generated. And of course, if the amount would have been 0, there would be no summary record. And we go even further. I will show now all records, 1764 records from the 1st of January up to the 13th of June. If I click here, then I select them all and I press cleanup, and again, yes, program has generated a summary record for each of the accounts here. As you can see, we have now no back button here, so the information would be lost. And okay, I will now go back to the folder where I have created my backup. Here in the backup folder, I will restore the database just by, again, copy, and then in the original one I pressed paste, and the program Windows asks, do I have to replace it? Yes, I will replace it, and now I have replaced the original one. If I go back to the program, refresh, so here are all the records back in the program. So in this screencast we have created a backup copy of the hot accounts database, which is just a normal copy of just as any file in Windows. We have seen a number of operations: add, update, delete, multi-row deletes, same as insert, the paste button, the cleanup function, and then we did a restore of the hot accounts database because we have deleted nearly all records. I am Edward Kosatka. Thank you for your attention.